absolutely incredible, man.
I was looking for a place just like this.
I come from corporate, and I will tell you, this is what I'm looking for.
The atmosphere is just, I can't even put in the words.
Atlanta, if you're ready, light it up. World changers, we came up out the pain, now we dangerous. Next level in the room, yeah, we famous. We don't wait for the way we create. World changers, turn the breakdown into breakthrough flames. Turn the set back to the setup, we claim it. We don't wait for the way we create.
I have now expectations and motivation to do this, and it's all because I came here.
The expertise is phenomenal.
If you ain't here, you need to be here.
ATL, we world changers.
I'm about to tell him. I'm about to tell him, y'all. What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Next Level Talks. Can y'all hear my chair squeaking? I hope they don't hear it. My chair be squeaking bad. Y'all hear that? I'm gonna get a new one. It's okay. What's up, man? How y'all feeling? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? What's up, Tia? What's up, Rain? What's up, Chi-Chi? What up, James? Man, I'm so glad y'all are here. Tapped in with me today, y'all. I am excited. Are y'all excited about Monday? Y'all tell me if you're excited about Monday. Put excited in the chat. If you like I'm getting there, put I'm getting there. I ain't gonna hold you. I went to bed late last night. Y'all know it was Nick's party. You know what I'm saying? Birthday weekend. We celebrated Nick. Me and Tracy laid up in bed late last night eating Jenny's. Shout out to Jenny's. Lavender ice cream and lemon parfait, and she was on her little TikTok and reading her book, and I was watching shows, and I asked her about 11 o'clock. I said, babe, do we got some more popcorn? I was just in full chill mode. Then she was like, you want to start a new series? I'm like, you know what, boo? I want to. Y'all feel me? Come on. I was like, I want to watch a new series. It's 11 something. Let me try to go to sleep. Man, when I tell y'all I woke up at 3:15, like laser focused. I woke up at 3:15, like thinking of stuff I gotta do, texts I gotta send, emails I gotta send, proposals I gotta finish, the next level talks today, the school I'm speaking at in 3 hours. Like, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Come on, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Let us rejoice. Come on and be glad in it, man. I'm excited, y'all. I have a lot to share with you today. I'm gonna get right to it, though. I'm not gonna be able to do a long Q&A, because I do have a speaking engagement across town. So me and the team got to pack up when we leave here and go pour into these kids. And speaking of team, y'all say what's up to the team. Y'all say good morning to the team, man. You know what I'm saying? Now look, next time when I'm late, because you know I'll be running plays, y'all. So I'll be on the phone. Next time they need to be on camera. Yeah, come on. Next time I'm late and they show whatever video, they shouldn't have to go back to the timer. But that was on me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That phone, I be metro booming. That phone, you know what I'm saying? Like I be still trapping from the phone, running plays for the Lord. Amen. Come on, somebody put for the Lord in the chat. Somebody put for the Lord in the chat. But man, I'm excited to be here with y'all. Man, I have quite a bit I want to share that I believe is going to help your speaking business. I believe what I'm gonna help you share with you today is gonna not just help your speaking business, but your brand, but your life as a whole. Because oftentimes we want to focus on out there, but it's what's happening right within here that's gonna take you there. All right, this next level talks. I can't wait to see y'all in just a little bit. Let's get it. here and you claim your seat.
Oh, oh, I just touched down, now it's time to celebrate. Super Bowl in Vegas, this where the big steppers play. My whole squad will paint the town, but they don't decorate. And my work a bit excessive, check my resume. Keep it a C note, if I'm speaking, I'm the keynote. Super Bowl in Vegas, this where the big steppers play. My whole squad will paint the town, but they don't decorate. And my work a bit excessive, check my resume. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh. Dance, 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 dance.
Oh, man. Yeah, come on. Thank you, man. Man, look, y'all. I know that 2 weeks ago, y'all asked me, what does it look like to build a team? Like, how do you build a team? And I want to talk about that. Jerry, I'm wondering if we should show the Jonesboro video. Maybe on the back end. What you think, Jerry? You think we should? Y'all know we launched the Atlanta tour, right? Do y'all want to see a recap of the first school? Let me know in the chat. I'm gonna show you what happens when you build a super team, and I'm gonna reverse engineer this whole thing. But y'all let me know in the chat if that's something that y'all want to see, and I'll break it down to you. Yep, speak like Joseph says. Show. Is that Joseph? Is that Joseph Little? Joe, what's up, bro? But yes, if that's what y'all want to see, then I'll talk about that. So what I'm gonna do, okay, a lot of people are saying yes, 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 yes. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm a reverse engineer, but first I want to kind of talk about what does it look like for y'all to build a team, right? Like, what does it look like for y'all to build a team? And so that's what I want to talk about, man. My young bull just got married, man. Joseph Lil John. If that's you, Joseph, man, I want to just say congratulations, man. Y'all show my young brother some love, man. My man just got married. I'll text him, I promise you. And John, you tell him if I'm lying, Joseph. I text my man. I said, "Hey, bro, getting married is the best decision you could have ever made, bro." I said, "As long as you're a woman of God." Because if you find you a little video vixen, I guess we ain't got video vixens no more. What we got? Thoughts or sisters that's not quite. I ain't mean to say that. What we got nowadays? Follow me here. What we got now? Sisters that's for the streets, that don't see their worth and value, but they focus on the outside, like the social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he got him a woman of God. And I said, bro, that's the best. I said, that's the best decision you could have made. And I kept it real with him. I said, bro, like marriage has brought me the biggest blessings and also brought me some of the biggest struggles because it causes you to grow. Because y'all are two different individual people and you have to submit to Christ in the plan that God has for your life so that y'all could grow together. And so Tracy is a completely different woman than she was 16 years ago. I'm a completely different man than I was 16 years ago. And we both madly in love. So I told my man, like, bro, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of him. So, man, y'all show Joseph some love, man, for getting married. So I want to talk to y'all about a team. A lot of y'all have been like, yo, Jay, you know, what does it look like to build a team? How can I build a team? You know, I want to have a team. Matter of fact, for those of y'all, that's your desire. That's your desire. For those of y'all that's watching right now, and that's your desire to have a team of people. You can say, hey, this is the play, this is the move, this is the game plan, and they execute it. Put yes in the chat. Come on and talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Put yes in the chat. If that's your desire to have a team, Terrell said, yes, woman of God, no doubt. Hey, because Joseph is a handsome brother. That's why I had to, let me give y'all the backstory. I didn't just saying that for no reason, right? Like, he's a really good looking brother. And I'm just like, I'm really glad that you got you a woman of God and you ain't just find you somebody that's pretty on the outside and hollow on the inside. Come on, somebody. We don't want the hollow ministry. We want the holy ministry. Oh, I got the bars today. All right, y'all say yes. All right, so look. So this is what I'll share with you. When I first started, I'm gonna give y'all the full story, And then I'm gonna show you a video in about 20 minutes. And I'm gonna show you what happens when you have a fully strong functional team. First off, thank y'all for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for hitting the notification button. That notification button is key because every time I go live, you're gonna get a notification on your phone so you don't miss anything, especially the live events. So let me tell y'all why having a team is so important, but leading yourself is critical first. For those of y'all taking notes, first thing you should write down is I need to learn to lead myself. This is probably going to be 70% of what I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. I need you all to write down in your notes, I need to learn to lead myself. Or maybe you put your number one goal is to lead yourself, or talk about the importance, like write down the importance of leading yourself. Like that is the first critical thing, is you have to first lead yourself. Everybody want to have a team. Everybody want to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? But do you even know how to lead? Do you know how to follow first? Follow who, Jeremy? Follow the plan that God has for you. Submit to his plan. You want people to submit to your mission? Come on. You want people to submit to your goals? You want people to submit to your vision? You want people to submit to your orders and your game plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to submit to the plan that God has for you so that you can be a great leader. Can you have a regular, average, okay, decent team? Yes. Can you be a leader? Yes. Can you be a bad leader? Yes. We're not trying to do that. Here at Next Level, we want to raise powerful, godly, spirit-filled, wise, humble leaders. I even have to catch myself sometime when I use language. I don't even say, yep, I got 20 people that work for me. I don't even use that language. I say, yep, I got about 20 individuals that I work with, or we work together. Are y'all hearing me? Because this ain't really my company, this God company. Every time we have a company meeting, every time we have a team meeting, strategic planning, weekly meetings, we start them in prayer. God is really the CEO. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the acting CEO, but he really the one that runs this place behind the scenes. Are y'all hearing me? First, start with leading yourself. On a regular basis, and let me not get too far ahead of myself, but I'm gonna repeat it. On a regular basis, I'm praying, man, God, create in me a clean heart, renew a right spirit within me. I want to be the best leader. I want to be, listen to me, y'all need to hear my heart. I want to be the best leader. Period. I recently brought on a coach. Her name is Dr. Michelle Powell. Her brand is the Civility Doctor. So if you look her up on LinkedIn, her name is Dr. Michelle Powell, and her brand is the Civility Doctor. So she's got her doctrines and PhD, and she got all these degrees in psychology and business and behavior. And so Tracy and I have already had 2 sessions with her because I read an article that she wrote. And the article really had me questioning the ethos and the vibe and the energy and how our team members and people that work within our organization, how they're feeling. And I remember reading that article because I want to be the best leader, because I want to have the best organization, because I want to lead my people well. I read that article and I had to ask myself, can we get better? Can I create a better organization? Can I create a better environment? Can I create a better institution? Can I create a better ethos? And can I enhance the culture? I've got amazing, spirit-filled, talented, brilliant, hardworking individuals. I wake up every day like, man, God, I want to be the best leader for them. Are y'all hearing me? So now Tracy and I, we doing some assessments with her to see what gaps we might have. Why? Because Jerry deserves the best. Jerry, I need Josiah to say, man, babe, how things going to work? I need her saying, man, I love Next Level Speakers Academy. I love the Jeremy Anderson Group LLC. Like, I love the work that we're doing. Are y'all hearing me? So hear my heart of hearts, because people be seeing me move and they see me move with my team and they feel like, man, that looks cool. You have no clue. I am constantly wearing the hat of a shepherd and a CEO. Oh my God. On a regular basis. I want to be the type of CEO that's like, you need prayer? Should I be fasting about something? What you struggling with? You need a day? Let me take care of this. I want to be that type of leader that can pray and cover you. And I also want to be the type of leader that can say, okay, let's do your quarterly review. Like, let's see what the numbers are. Are y'all hearing me? Like, so you need to be that type of person. And guess what? Guess what, beloved? I've always been that type of person. I'm just constantly growing and walking in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm noticing the gaps, because I have not always been this leader, but I've always had this heart. Does that make sense? So let me be clear. By no means am I the best leader in the world. I have not always been this leader, this version of a founder, of a CEO, but I have always had this heart. So October 17, 2009, I get baptized. I give my life to the Lord. I stop the wild, reckless lifestyle that I was living. Put down the blacks, put down the blunts, the cigars, the shots, the whiskey, the pills, put it all down, begin to walk with Christ. Here I am 16 years later, right? And it'll be 17 years in October this year. And so when I hit that reset button, my wife and I, shortly after we got married, then we had 2 great jobs. We ended up building our first house because she had great credit and my credit was still shoddy. We really put the house all in her name, but they kind of worked with both of our incomes. Does that make sense? Very similar situations with E.T. and Dee Dee, like their first house was in Dee Dee's name because she had the best credit. But then when they built the joint in San Diego, it's like, boom, now it's in his name. And so the house we in now, this one's in my name. The first one's in Tracy's name, meaning like because of credit. And so we built this house, and luckily my girl had great credit. She was always magna summa cum laude, like all the things, internship with the FBI, like she really did feds. And so we had this whole thing, and this whole time I'm being faithful. This whole time I'm keeping my temple pure. This whole time I'm not listening to the music that had me living that wild, reckless lifestyle. I'm not going to the strip clubs. I'm not in the places. I'm not moving no work. I went through a very challenging period when I couldn't get a job, when I was really humble, when God really broke me all the way down. And then I just saw his grace, you know what I'm saying, cover me and restore me. And Tracy, watch this. I'm going somewhere here. I'm not just sharing my testimony with you. She saw me go throughout this whole process. And my girl was just like, man, like you really walking with God. And we started a youth movement. That's when I first connected with Mike on ministry stuff, y'all. 15, 16 years ago, Mike Moss, y'all know the podcast host and the homie Mike, you know what I'm saying? Moss Talks on Instagram. Like that's when I first connected with Moss on ministry stuff. I knew him years before in college. But like on ministry stuff, we had a youth and young adult outreach team. She saw us faithfully on the weekends, serving people, feeding folks in the community, doing community events, stopping the violence, you know what I'm saying, like summits, like all sorts of stuff for free, just being a blessing. She saw me going to churches and preaching. She saw me going to schools preaching for like 2.5 years. Like I was consistent, I was faithful, I was walking this path with God. And so when I finally was just like, I had this encounter with this young girl that was going to commit suicide, but she heard me speak and she was just like, wow, I want to live. I was going to commit suicide. When I told my wife, hear me, not only did she support me, but she was like, I'm going to quit my job too. So there's a reason why I started with lead yourself first. There's a reason why I said you lead yourself. You be the best version you can be. I be having cats all the time hitting me like, bruh, you gotta talk to my wife, bruh. Like my wife, man, she ain't got faith like your wife got, shawty. You know what I'm saying? Like she be like, la 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 la. I be like, bruh, what you talking about? He be like, you know what I'm saying? Like la 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 la. I'm like, bruh, what you? No, man. I promise you, I done had some conversations with God, like you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like I'm like, bruh, like what? Why you put so many likes in the sentence, bruh? Like what you saying? Like what you saying? Like. But my man, I promise you, I done had some conversations with some cats that's just like, bruh, have your wife talk to my wife. And I'm like, all right, but then your wife mess around and talk to my wife and then be like, then she come back to me and be like, bruh, your homeboy on some dodo stuff. Here's the reality. I be telling cats like, bro, you want your girl to have the faith in you, you know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself, like, what did my wife see in me? Are y'all hearing me? Like, what did Tracy see in me for her to say, I could see this? Like for her to say, you know what? I got a great job working with Jacobs, ESTS, if a defense contractor with NASA. You got a great job with Biotech. We doing real good, comfortably. We just built our first home, hardwood floors, granite countertops. I got a custom bullpen in the back with my bulldogs. We living a good life, 2 vacations a year. We very comfortable. To say goodbye to all of that, she had to have seen. Let me tell you something. And my wife ain't no risk taker. Let me also put this little caveat out there. You know, some people be having like really like get up and go and like just kind of move off emotions. Not my wife. She hella calculated. She's hella analytical. When you look at the DISC assessment, the DISC, she is a high S, a high C. Like, she's very calculated, very structured. For her to say, I'm going to leave this great job with the government, respected by my peers, great salary, healthcare benefits, she had to have seen something in me. So for some of y'all, before you have anybody join your team, God gonna take you on a journey where He gonna do some work within you to get you right. Only because He wants you to have the right type of influence, to attract the right type of people, to build the right type of team, to build out your network, your business the right way. That's the first thing I'm gonna share with you. So I want y'all to really sit with that. I want y'all to really hold on to that. The second thing I'll say is so she was the first person on my team. I'm gonna give y'all high level training here. The second person that was really on my team was Javen, my videographer. I would pay Javen here or there. Didn't have the budget to be like, all right, bro, you on payroll? It was just like, Jay, I could pay you this much for this video. You need 1,000, you need 500. I was like, whatever I could afford. That was my one guy. So the second person that was on my team was the person that was creating content. So y'all write that down, right? The second person the first one was Tracy. She would handle contracts. She would handle my travel. She would set up the EIN number. She would like do all the taxes, like all of that stuff. The day-to-day kind of like admin to where I could just go and just speak. Javen was like, I'm going to film it. I'm going to capture it. We're going to put some videos together to help share the message and story. So that is your first two people as you're building out your speaking business. Someone that can handle contracts, handle negotiation, handle the phone calls, handle the emails, handle the admin stuff. The second person is a videographer, someone that can capture it. Somebody that can film it, somebody that can edit it, that can post it, that can share it. I'm going to give y'all another pro tip. There were times when I had the budget, because at this time I lived in Alabama. I had the budget. What's up, Melanie Renee? I had the budget to be able to fly Javen. I had the budget to cover his flight, his hotel, and some meals. Then there were some times, because of the engagement, I didn't have the budget to fly him. But guess what I did? I went online. I went to Facebook. I went to Instagram. I would go to Google. I would type in image of a photographer, and you would just find really Getty images or high quality stock photo images of a photographer or a guy holding the camera or someone filming a sunset. And what I would do is I would take that picture and I would go to InShot and I would put a slight little overlay on top of it, and then in white letters in the middle I will put Philadelphia videographer. So now when I post it on Instagram, you see the picture of a videographer, but you see the words white and bold, Philadelphia videographer. Then I just post it. Hey guys, can y'all tag a really dope videographer in Philadelphia? Can y'all tag a really dope a videographer in Dallas or Delaware? Wherever I was going to be, I would find someone local. I'm giving you a pro tip, because some of y'all are like, man, I got to pay this. I got to pay his fee. I got to fly him. I got to pay for the hotel and meals. Well, if you don't have a budget, you find somebody's locally. And this is what happens. Every time I post it, I get 15, 20 different people that comment. I look at all their work. I find the top 5 or 6. I'll send them a DM. I'll get the pricing. And whoever got the best pricing, who got the best equipment, I lock them in. And now I'm not paying for flight and I'm not paying for travel. Are y'all hearing me? There are ways that you got to work. There are ways you got to work, the system to put yourself in the best position. And so now, after you have your videographer, whether they travel with you or whether you find one here or there, and then you might find a guy locally or somebody online that does the editing, but then you just find people that can do the actual filming. That's totally cool. Maybe you just find somebody in Dallas or Delaware to do the filming. They send you a Google Drive with all the shots and images and audio. Make sure they have professional audio too. Don't you dare hire a videographer, because some will do this and they'll film you with the camera. If they ain't got a microphone to clip on you with the receiver so that you get that pure audio, don't pay them. I've been burnt once or twice before. And then I kind of learned, like I showed up and my man got a single camera. I'm like, bro, where the little strap? Where the Jer? I'm like, Jer, you feel? I'm like, where the strap at? You ain't got the little strap with the little waist, boy. You ain't got no book bag. You ain't got no lens. I said, my man, where the mic at? He was like, oh man, I'm just gonna film this right here. And this is before they had AI audio enhancers. So now I get back my footage and it sound like, yeah. When you want to, I'm like, bro, you killing me. So now I'm like, if you ain't got the strap, if you ain't got the mic, if you ain't got and now people be like, yeah, I got the DLSR, Nikon or Nikkor camera. I'm like, bet, let's talk about your lens. Come on, y'all better question their lens. If they're like, oh, well, every camera come with a lens. Don't go with him. You need a big boy lens. That's why my shot's so clear. We got lenses like this. We got lenses like this. You need a strong quality lens. I'm giving y'all all the details to make sure you don't make the same mistakes I made. That's why you have a coach, okay? Let's go deeper. So now I got my videographer. That was the next person as I began to build my team. He believed in the vision. He really supported me. It was a beautiful thing. And then from there, we brought Ebony on the scene. And I remember reaching out to Ebony, kind of like, yo, Eb, can you? And I just met Ebony. I was in DC where she lived. I was on tour. I was speaking at a university and she pulled up. And you know how you might know, you might not know, but sometimes when you have like a good following, you know what I'm saying? You have people like the regulars that like really rock with you. At that time, I had like maybe 10, 15 regulars that was constantly like posting and responding, and Ebony was one. And I was just like, man, she got really great, pure energy. And so I remember I reached out one day. I was in Vegas on tour, and I reached out and was just like, yo, Eb, it would be great, you know what I'm saying, if you could kind of think about something. Like, I'm kind of looking for an assistant. This is not a paid event or opportunity. This is just somebody that can just kind of help me manage some social media stuff, maybe take some booking calls, kind of do a little something here or there. And so basically, I just kind of threw a light feeler. She was like, man, Jeremy, it would be an honor, to consider it. She was like, let me pray about it. I was like, that's the answer I want to hear. Because if she'd been like, yes, on some groupie stuff, it wouldn't have worked out. But she was like, nah, let me pray about it. She was like, thank you, I'm humble. Let me pray about it. A couple of days later, it wasn't one of them, let me pray about it, then hit me back in 20 minutes. It was like a few days later, she hit me back, was like, I prayed about it. And yes, I do believe that God wants me to support you and the Grace Tour in this place. And she became like my booking kind of like assistant. She was taking some calls. She was helping with some social media stuff. And at that time, she was an elementary school teacher. And guess what? Listen to me, y'all. This is why you got to be the right type of person. This is why you got to really put that work in. This is why you got to really operate at the highest level and really be true to who God has called you to be and really treat people the right way. Ebony found that she began to have bookings, and it would be during the day. So she would have to be on break, get the kids sorted, step into the hallway, step into an office, take a call. And she was just like, you know what? I don't want to jeopardize, and I feel like I can't give this school my best, and I don't want to drop the ball with you. Do y'all know that Ebony called me and was just like, bro, God told me to quit my job and do this for you full time. And listen to me. And I understand you don't have the budget to pay me right now. And that's okay, because God will provide for me. Are y'all hearing me? Now, for me, that was hella significant, because the only other person that was ever like, I believe in you, I got your back, and don't worry about pay, was my wife. Because she didn't just say, yeah, babe, I'll support you. Go do your thing. I'm going to hold it down over here and make sure the mortgage is paid. She was like, no, I'm going to quit this too. Like, so we both got some serious skin in the game. So for Eb to come on, and then over the years, of course, her and Tracy are like sisters, like for her to come on and just help us grow, it's a whole nother level. And that's a certain type of loyalty you can't pay for. You know what I'm saying? And now she like an auntie to my kids, you know what I'm saying? And so she's been with us now for, I don't know, 11, 12 years. And so I say all that to say, she was the third person that we brought on to the team. So you got Tracy, you got Javen, and then you got Ebony. And so when you're looking at hiring, and let me just also say this for the sake of training and teaching, an admin and a booking manager can be one the same. So this was my process. I found an admin person. My wife, she set up all that stuff, the videographer, and he was part-time because I could not afford to pay Javen full-time. So Javen was like a freelance contractor. So y'all don't go and lock people in full-time salary until you swimming in it and you got enough resources. And we'll talk about that. Then you want to hire somebody that can do the bookings, but really 1 and 3 can be the same. Now, Jerry, you grab me a water. So I'll say this. As I look at kind of Ev's experience, this is what I tell people all the time, because people all the time ask me, what up, Ev? I ain't know you was in the building. What's up, girlie? Ah, she in the building. What up? What's happening? What's happening? So I tell people all the time, like, when you bring on, and this is what I've learned from being in the spaces, being in the rooms, working with some of the top influencers, talking to some of the top booking managers, working with some of the top speakers that make 7 figures a quarter. Hear me clearly. There are 2 levels of pay that you pay someone that is working for you. And even agencies appreciate you. So the first level of pay is a percentage on whatever comes in that they manage. So write that down, because you're going to have some folks that don't necessarily go out and get you business, but for the business that comes in, they manage that and they get a percentage. Okay. Now, when we talk about percentage, I recommend anywhere, depending on how much you're charging, anywhere between 5 and 10%. And again, this is not a heavy. If y'all are interested in more training on this, I'll let Eb charge y'all directly, and she can, you can hire her, not to do your bookings. Don't do that. But you can hire her, you know what I'm saying, to train out your people. But I've got so many people in our community that we've helped their cousin or their spouse or a coworker, you know what I'm saying, or a neighbor that's very professional that can do some of these things on the side. So you have a percentage for what they manage. And that 5-10% gives them incentive to follow up, to send those emails, to get the contracts out, to really get things going from there. But then you can pay up to 20-30% for somebody that can go out and get you engagements. Or if you come across an agency that's like, hey, I want to represent you and I'm going to get you gigs where you can give them 20-30%. And you might feel like, but Jeremy, I'm the one speaking. I'm the one that got to travel. I'm the one that got to prep, but they're the one that got it for you. So would you prefer to give up 20-30%, you know what I'm saying, of 10,000 or 5,000, or give up or keep 100% of nothing, right? So that's the mindset. So that was my process. Tracy came on as the admin, business manager, set me all the way up. Javen came on videography work. Ebony came on as like booking manager, personal assistant. And then from there, as we began to build programs, that's when we built it out. As we started nonprofits and we built more programs, we began to hire more individuals. We hired Ryan, you know what I'm saying, that helped us on the educational side, creating programs and things and curriculums. We hired Leslie, you know what I'm saying, who helped to manage the curriculum and things like that. Like this. So as a speaker and only a speaking business, you don't need but 2-3 people, if that. Hear me clearly. When y'all see me moving with multiple people, we got 2 nonprofits. We got the Jeremy Anderson Group. We got the Next Level Students Curriculum. We have the Next Level Speakers Academy. We got the Next Level Brand Studio. Like, we got a lot of different moving parts going on. So as a speaker, you really just need somebody that can capture the footage, that can post the footage, managing social media, all of that stuff. And you need somebody that can handle the office, the back end, the finances, the taxes, the bookings, things like that. So the biggest thing I want you all to focus. Okay, Ebony's here, says I manage inbound leads, contracts, invoicing, follow-up, negotiation, closing the deals, calendar management, etc. For sure. And so I want y'all to hear me, right? Like, that's a lot that you can have folks do. But here's the crazy thing. I was doing all of that before anybody else. I was filming videos in the backyard. If y'all are ever at any of our conferences, Crump tells a funny story of when I was filming videos and content and I had my bulldogs in the backyard and it was looking real hood. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was a dope setup, but he was just like, bro, you wildin'. You know what I'm saying? But I was my first, are y'all hearing me? I was my first videographer. I was my first booking manager. I was my first agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to first, there are some things you have to learn to do yourself. And then as you grow your business, you're in a position to pay others to get them to say, okay, I'll do this, or okay, let me be a part of, okay, this is something I can take off your hands. I hope this has been helpful so far. And the importance of this is you got to see, you know, what value do they bring and ultimately do they save you time? When I first started, what's up, Marcus? When I first started, I didn't need to have a whole bunch of people. I didn't need to have a whole bunch of team members because it was like, yo, this is kind of light. I'm speaking twice a month. I got time to build out my website on myself. Let me tell y'all what people go wrong. They be trying to build out stuff by themselves. They don't have a muse. They don't have a frame of reference. Folks should be putting together something and they say, ooh, that look good. Oh, okay. But have you compared it to a top website, to somebody that you look up to? I love it. People be putting together their website and be like, Jay, check this out. And I'd be like, okay. I look at it and I'm like, okay, got it. You know, I'm like, okay, before I give you feedback, did you compare this to anybody else's? Did you have another reference? No, I just kind of just from here and here. I'm like, here and here, huh? Yeah. Okay. And I'm like, well, you know what? It's really not good. And I promise you, when I first built out my website, I went to other speakers' websites. I'm like, yo, I got much respect for my man. I got respect for homegirl. Let me see what this guy over here doing. I saw their stuff and I was like, yo, that's industry ready. Then I would look at mine and say, yeah, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and learn it. I'm not techie like that. You know what I'm saying? But I built our first 2 nonprofit websites myself. The current sites that's up, and they not like super crazy, but they really good. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes you got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and get it done yourself. So you can learn what needs to be done, and then you put a team in place. And then as we began to grow and evolve, and I brought on Shaquan and Prince and Danny and Jeff and Kevin, and then we just was growing, and then we made a pivot, and I brought in Nick and Crump and Deani and Jerry and Stevan and Jera, and it's just like, it's up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the super team now. We like the dream team. We like Avengers now. Like, now we dangerous. You hear me? And so hear my heart, my friends. As I look at our team, as I look at what it is we're building, as I look at, you know, how we're growing and we're evolving, I'm asking God to send the right people my way. Now, I'm telling y'all my rules. I'm not telling you what to do, but I literally went to God and because I tried ZipRecruiter. I tried ZipRecruiter, y'all. I tried, I don't even know what the other ones is. It's ZipRecruiter. I forget the other one, but I tried them. I remember we paid lots of money for a firm to find good qualified talent. It never worked out. And God told me years ago, like, bruh, y'all too anointed to just find somebody and go off their resume, their interview. Everybody you need is in your circle right now. I'm gonna say something right here. This is crazy. It's some of y'all that's in this chat right now, you're gonna look up a year from now and be on our team. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. Let me tell y'all about Deani. Let me tell y'all about Deani, dude. I've known, what's up, K Marie? Hey, I've known Deani since she was maybe 6. I've known Deani since she was a little girl. We grew up in the same church, Madison Mission, Huntsville, Alabama. And I remember Deani as a young girl and would just kind of, you know, see her from time to time over the years. And then I remember about 6 years ago, she had reached out to me and was just like, big bro, I'm in Atlanta, boom, boom, boom. I was like, okay, great. She was like, I put together Jira, is there don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll be doing the most. But she put together a board game box. And it was called like Bridging the Gap. It might be in one of them little shelves over there underneath the counter. But she put together like a board game that basically was to be used in schools that would show schools and organizations like how to be more inviting and how to be more accepting and how to build more unity. And it was just, and so we had several meetings right here in my house, over here in the other office space. And I was just so proud of like what she created. And I gave her constructive feedback. Like, yeah, the cover is not industry ready, right? But the quality of this board game is brilliant, high quality. And so if it's not in their Jira, it's in this other room here. But don't trip. It might be in one of them drawers there. And so Deani, no, she's back on my radar. She would tap in from time to time, and I could tell she was searching for something. And I would give her some advice. And then we do a mastermind about 4 years ago. We up in Alpharetta, and we took a break from the mastermind. Don't trip, Jared. We took a break from the mastermind, and I'm just walking through the little village. I'm walking through the little area by Hotel Avalon, and I'm walking. Listen to me, y'all. This what God do. I'm walking by a coffee shop, and who I see outside sipping a little latte, being all bougie. And so I see Deani. I'm like, Deani? She's like, big bro. So I go and give her a hug. I'm like, what's up, girl? So I give her a hug and we chop it up. And I was just like, I don't think it's by chance that we just happen to cross paths. You just happen to be at this coffee shop today. I just happen to be taking a lunch break from the mastermind. I just happen to take a stroll. Like, I don't be doing that. I was just like, come see me next week. So we end up talking. We ended up chit chat, and she was like, I'm gonna come on as like an intern and add some value. That was short lived. She added so much value after about 3 months. I was like, we ain't really got it, but we gonna do like a little part-time situation. And now she is one of the most pivotal members of our team. Are y'all hearing me? If Deani go, we're cooked. You feel me? If something happened to Deani like, you know what, Jay? This is cool, but I'm about to open up a vegan bakery. We're cooked. You hear me? I'm fasting and praying, sackcloth and ashes. I'm like, what in the world? But that goes to show the value what Deani does, and listen to me. We hire for skills, gifts, talent, spirit, and energy. We hire for skills and talents, spirit, and energy. You can be the most talented person, you can have all the skills, but I promise you, if your energy is off, I promise you, I will in-sync you so fast because I have to protect our culture. If your spirit is off, your energy is off, I can't do it. Now, let me also say this. A caution to everybody. Jira, Jerry, Ebony, Deani, you can have the best spirit and the best energy, but if your talent and skills can't keep up. So I'll be telling folks, like, don't get comfortable. We got to continue. Are y'all hearing me? We got to continue to progress. And so that is one piece I also wanted to share with you. When we hire individuals, we look for individuals who have the talent, who have the skills, but also that have the spirit and the energy, that can really move the mission and what God has called us to build forward. And so I would suggest that you do the same thing. And this has been a game changer. And I'm really fortunate to have my team. And I'm so grateful because listen to me, y'all, there was a time when me and Tracy was doing a lot of this by ourselves. And then we had a lot of people that wasn't, as best equipped in this space, but they did the best they could. But to have such a high functioning team now that operates at such a high level, it is a blessing. And for me now, hear me. For me now, I'm trying to be a steward, the right steward for my people. Like, I'm trying to be the right type of shepherd. I'm trying to be the right type of leader for my team. And so I want the best for my team. And so I talked to Dr. Powell when we were just kind of having just a hour, one of our hour sessions. And she was just like, what percentage of your team, get ready to cue the camera on y'all. She said, what percentage of your team feels burnt out? I was like, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I might have been speaking for y'all, but she asked me, she was like, would you say that your team is kind of tired? We're finishing up the first quarter. I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. She said, tired. I said, I ain't gonna hold you. I think they probably tired. Burnt out might be a stretch, but they not like, yeah, this has been a great year. Like, we've been putting in some work. And so she was like, how does that make you feel? I said, not good. And I said, if possible, I want to structure it to where I can give them a week off. Watch this. Here's growth. Typically, after the conference, it's like, okay, y'all get a week off. I'm trying to give them a week off a few weeks before the conference because I'm praying that my team can go into the conference rested and refreshed. Does that make sense? As opposed to going into battle tired, like, all right, we've been grinding these last few months. And now here we go. Go, Lord, give us the strength. I don't want to have to be praying heaven down to give them strength. God is like, be more structured and be more on point and be more organized. So I ain't got to work a miracle and give them strength. If you could be a better leader to be more efficient and be more in tune with them and to be better connected with them and to have better systems in place, you can actually give them a week off, a week or two before the conference so they can go into the conference rested, so they could go into the conference prayed up. Are y'all hearing me? So I promise y'all, man, I'm hard on myself. I mean, and I would ask the team, but they would probably, I know they're gonna say yeah, but I know they're gonna say yeah because they really mean it, but it might not mean nothing for y'all because y'all might be like, of course they're not gonna say no, but I feel like I'm a good leader, y'all. I'm trying to be a great leader. I'm trying to be an exceptional leader, and I want y'all to have that same heart and have that same energy. Once you do that, all these things will be added unto you. Are you hearing me? You just focus on being the best for them, being the best your team needs, and all these things will be added unto you. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's finances is different. Everybody's way that they run their company is different. And so take what I share with you with a grain of salt. But if you're trying to figure out like how do you build your team, you first build yourself. The more vital, important ones are those people who can take the calls. I literally, listen to me. I have speakers in our community that do 6 figures a year, 6 figures a quarter, some of them 7 figures. And guess what? They all have part-time employees. It's a few of them that might have 1 or 2 full-time. So don't be so quick. Again, we got multiple companies and organizations. So don't be so quick to hire on. You pay these people, you pay that booking manager, that booking agent, like what comes in, they clear, they work that out. Okay, you eat what you kill. You know what I'm saying? Like they posting, they engaging, they're sending DMs, they follow up, they eat what they kill. The videographer per engagement, per video, per edit, you pay that way. And then when you're in a position to where you have a budget, now you got an enterprise, and you're like, hey, I can take 20% of my earned income and be able to take care of my staff without having crazy overhead. That's the move. All right, that's the plan I want y'all to have. I hope that was helpful. I wanna go back. I'm gonna show y'all what happens when you have a team. I put together a tour. I kind of shared that with y'all in the past. I put together a few weeks ago when I saw all the stuff that was happening in the city and the teen takeovers and the violence and just the pain and how much the kids were struggling and how much the kids was hurting and the level of depression. Like it was some heavy, heavy stuff. And so I told the team, um, I was just like, hey, I'm about to create a tour and we're going to hit 20 schools before this school year is out. And so I want to show y'all a video here real quick of what Jerry and Jira filmed. Shout out to Jerry and Jira, you know what I'm saying? Like they filmed this, they captured this footage. It was a lot of footage and Jerry so massively put together something. So I want to show you what happens when you have a dream and you have a team. You mess around and look up and say, man, I got the dream team. And then you're able to make this type of impact and this type of content. Check this out. What's up, y'all? We about to pull up at Jonesboro Middle School, the first stop of our next level student tour. And let me tell y'all what's so important and what's so significant about this school, man. We got word that 60% of their students, 60% of their students are suffering from homelessness. They stay in shelters, they stay in buildings, a lot of them are in motels. The bus actually stops in the morning at 15 different motels to pick these kids up. Like, that's the severity of these situations. So when these teachers show up every day to teach these kids, like, they on some hero stuff, and these kids don't really recognize the greatness that's inside them, and that's what this tour is all about. You know, there's one seventh grader that got 3 children already. This is the importance of this tour. And that's why I'm committed to making an impact right here in the city I live in. Let's get it. Go time, brother. Yeah, thank you for making this happen, bro.
We are just truly blessed to have you guys here.
No, we're glad to partner with Jeremy and his team.
How are you?
Hi,
Pleasure to meet you.
Kimberly, Barnett, nice
Jeremy,
to meet you
thanks
as
for having
well.
us. Yes, ma'am.
I know our kids are going to enjoy it. I'm talking to 2 of my beautiful babies right now. We're going to get a clear understanding so they can get back to class.
There we go. There we go.
And I will meet you guys in the gym.
What's up, black man? How you feeling, bro? Jeremy. Pleasure to meet you, man.
Stand up on your feet. Come on now, stand up. In the same way y'all cheer for spring break, come on now. I need to hear y'all cheer for my brother Jeremy Anderson.
Jonesboro Middle School, make some noise! Came all the way across town to tell you that if you just believe the greatness that's inside you, if you just believe the great things that you can do, if you just believe the accomplishments you can have, the things that you can achieve, the graduation, the college, the scholarships, you know what I'm saying, the countries you can travel to, the companies you can start, if you just believe that you can one day take care of your family and make a positive impact in your community, if you just believe that all your wildest dreams can come true, but it starts with the belief system. The question is, do you believe? When I was your age, I just looked around my community and I was like, yo, this how I'm living? I'm like, this what's going on? I just told myself, like, I want more. I literally made up inside my brain. I was like, you know what? I want more. I want to accomplish more. I want to experience more. I want to achieve more. All these teachers that's super smart, that got all these degrees and certifications, they keep showing up every single day telling me I can do X, Y, and Z. I just chose to believe them. Oh, man.
Man, tell me you was famous like that, man.
Nah, I ain't like that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I mess with the story, man.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. You too. What's up, boy? You good? What's your name?
Brandon.
Brandon. Pleasure to meet you, man. Huh? That's what I want to hear, man. Make me proud, bro. Yeah. I came to ignite something inside you to let you know how special and how powerful you are. And there are people in the world that don't hope you're successful. There are people in the world that see how you're moving and operating, and they put up ugly and negative comments, calling you all sorts of things online. They don't see the greatness that's inside you. So when I see what's happening in the city, and I see how much our kids are suffering, and I understand that half of y'all are already displaced, and you're going from place to place, it breaks my heart. And it hurts me to see you hurting like this. But I know deep down inside, when you leave this school and you go back to that apartment, or you go back to your cousin who you staying with, and you go back to that hotel or that motel that y'all in, because y'all family trying to find a place to go to, I do know you had that moment when you sit with it and it doesn't feel good, and you wish you were in a different situation. And I'm telling you, education is the key, you don't want it. If you're gonna be gangster when it comes to academics. You want to be so quick to run into danger. You want to be so quick to ride. How about you ride to the library? How about you run when it comes to the math and the science and the literacy and the English? I want you to be gangster when it comes to that.
So this has been a really awesome experience. Hearing Jeremy talk to the students and give his testimony and just let the kids know that it doesn't matter what you're going through. It's that you're able to overcome it.
Jeremy delivered his heart to these young people. It was impacting. He dropped some serious and nuggets of wisdom for these young people. We were all encouraged just at his story, but we know that he has created a legacy within these kids, and we always believe he didn't leave something with these kids, he left something in them.
We
want to tell him thank you. We are honored that he decided to share his time with us, and we appreciate his sacrifice.
All right. So you saw fire, right? Fire, right? Y'all show some love to Jerry, man. Y'all put some fire emojis in the chat, man. Put the camera on you, boy. Let them see who put that thing together. That boy. Yeah, great job, man. So check this out, y'all. So when you got a mission and a plan, you were able to, hey team, this is what we doing. Hey team, this is what God says, and we put that thing together. Y'all hear me? But again, it starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Jira, team, they would have been gone. If I was a trash leader, if I was mean, if I was condescending, like I'm constantly trying to grow. So I only share that with y'all to let you know. I know y'all are like, how do I get a team? It's just like, man, how do you get to a point where you are worthy of a team? How do you get to a point where you deserve a team? Like, how do you get to a point where you are in a position to where people see your leadership, believe in the vision, and then want to follow it? And that's something you got to work on. So I'm far from perfect. You know, everybody got flaws, but I'm constantly working daily to be the best version of me I can be. Not just for my team, but for the impact. I need the anointing. Like when I'm speaking, whether it's corporate, whether it's for NFL, whether it's for a bunch of young people, like I need God's spirit to be with me and guide me as I'm sharing words that can penetrate them. It ain't just talk for me. It's not just fluff for me. Like I'm really like, man, God, what I'm about to share has the power to save somebody's life. And listen to me, y'all. I had to grow and mature. I had to grow and mature as a leader. It's been a process. And I believe the season I'm in right now is because God is like, I'm trying to make you that much stronger. Your sword got dull, son. So I'm having to sharpen your sword. I'm in the season right now, friction, where God is sharpening my sword. And so I want to be as dangerous as possible. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the kingdom of darkness, like I want to cause as much havoc, and I want to be used by God. And what he's doing with me and the team is something special. And so when I look at you, you got to ask yourself, like, okay, what adjustments do I got to make? How do I got to grow? How do I got to pivot? Let me tell you something. A year ago, the team would give me bad news, and I might be like, man, bro, we just talked about this. Like, why did they have to? It's Dodo, bro, I swear. All right, let me figure it out. I'm going to call you back. Now, look, I'm on the phone with somebody on my team. Now, I'm not fussing at my team. I'm not mad at my team, but I had to realize, like, man, my energy, they don't even deserve that. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? It's the small adjustments. So my wife, I shared with y'all before, my wife prayed with me for me. She was like, God, help my husband realize how powerful this energy is. I said, ooh, my energy powerful like that? So now I get bad news. I'm like, really? Man, all right, it's a lot we can learn from this. Yeah, that's unfortunate. What do you think we could have did differently? Got it. What do you think the best resolution is? Yeah. And I'm very frustrated, but hey, this is a OTG. This is an opportunity to grow. All right, well, let me know what you think. We'll figure it out. All right, have a good one. All right, peace. The energy, y'all hear me? The energy shifted. Because as passionate as I be with y'all, showing love and preaching the gospel, I can be just as passionate when somebody piss me off and give me bad news. But I flow in peace now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to grow, y'all. And I don't always get it right. But every morning when God woke me up at 3:15, I was like, you know what? I just got more time to sit with you. By the time I came downstairs and seen Tracy and she was up, I was dancing. I had a great day. I had that much more time with God because I still got that edge about me. And so, but when my girl was, because back in the day, I would have thought that was nothing bad because I'm like, I'm not going off at Jerry. I'm not going off at Nick. But because I'm in their presence and my energy, God was like, nah, bro, you got to be the type of leader stable. You got to be the type of leader that's an anchor. You got to be the type of leader that guides. You got to be the type of leader that doesn't just create the culture, but curates the culture. You got to be the type of leader that says, whoa, it's kind of cold up in here. Okay, let me warm it up a little bit. You got to be the one that brings a sense of steadiness, that brings a sense of peace, that brings a sense of patience, that when your team is frustrated, you bring them back down. You don't, because the old me would be like, oh, y'all done pissed Deani off? I'm really mad now. Now I'm like, hey, Deani, it's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk. You feel me? And so I'm just letting y'all know I am still growing, and we should all be growing. We should all be growing. So as you want to grow a team, man, make sure you grow yourself. That's my advice for you. All right, I want to take some questions. What's up, Alma? I want to take some questions. I needed to hear this. I got so upset too sometimes and realized my energy is heavy when I'm upset. Come on, Alexis, for sure. And I don't want to put that energy on my team. And I don't want to be that person no more. And so, yeah, my biggest advice for you is as you're building yourself and you're finding the right people that work within your budget that can really help you move forward, you just make sure you continue to govern yourself accordingly and be the leader that they deserve. And listen to me, my team has helped me grow up. Y'all put y'all questions in the chat. I got about 15 minutes to tackle these questions, but my team has helped me grow up. When I look at my team, I'm like, you know what? There are adjustments that I want to make to be a better leader for them, the best leader that they deserve. Yep.
Alexis wants to know, can I pay a bookkeeper off
100%. 100%. 100%. Especially when you're first starting out, you know, because it's kind of not fair if they're supposed to be, it's unfair if you paying them, you know, $2,000-$3,000 a month, but they're not closing any deals, right? And it doesn't take a lot of work like that. So when you're first starting out, Alexis, like, hear me, when you're first starting out, it's like when you look at your website, you should be able to look at the analytics, whether it's in Squarespace, whether it's in Wix. You should be able to look and see, okay, I had 100 people this month come to my website, or I had 400 people this month come to my website, and I had 6 booking forms filled out. That booking manager is only managing what comes in. Now, Alexis, if you have a booking manager that goes out and gets business, well, then that is still commission only, but that's a higher percentage. But when someone is first just kind of managing the back end, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna respond via email, I'm gonna do some negotiation, I'm gonna work on your travel and things like that. It also depends what are you doing. Because if it's just 5 or 10%, if they're just like, hey, I'm gonna email them back and forth, okay, they're ready to go, so send the contract and then work out your travel and all that's on you, then maybe 5%. But if that person is like, nope, I'm gonna handle this, I'm gonna handle that, I'm gonna handle the tracking, I'm gonna handle the travel, I'm gonna handle the contracts, I'm gonna handle all of that, then that's around that 10%. But if they go out and they're actually finding you business and they're actually bringing you clients and they're actually generating revenue, then that's an even higher percentage. But absolutely, you should be paying your booking manager off commission only. And then as you grow and you have the budget and they add immense value, you can even incorporate a base salary. So it's like, okay, they have a base, especially if you're giving them more roles and responsibilities. All right, good question.
training process?
It's coming.
What's your interview and training process for hires to Jaguar?
What's my interview and new training process for new hires to teach them the Jag way? Hey, guess what, Alma? I don't know. Nick does all of that. When I tell you Nick got a 4 or 5 part filtration system, and they only come across my desk, Alma, when they done went through Nick, they done went through the disc assessment, they done probably went through Crump, they done went back through Nick, they done filled out a questionnaire, she gave them an assignment to see their heart posture and response. Then if she feel like it's worth it, then it comes across my desk. And I'm like, oh, okay. I done met with 2, 3 people. I'm like, okay, great. And then I'm gonna say, Nick, what you thinking? And then I'm gonna say, babe, Tracy, what you thinking? And then I'm gonna say, okay, this is what I'm thinking. And if we in one accord, bet. every blue moon, Nick might be like, I'm between these two. And I might be like, you know what? I'm feeling my man right here. And sometimes it work out, sometimes it don't. And here's another thing, Amma. There are some people that will be with you for a reason, and there are some people who will be with you for a season. So I had some folks where I'm like, God, I know you told me to hire my man. But it might have been like, God was like, yep, I just needed him with you for about 3 months. I'm planting a seed that's going to take root, but it ain't going to blossom and bloom until 4 years from now. Maybe it was a relationship play. Maybe my man was on the verge of quitting and giving up. Maybe I needed him to be around you because I'm a spark and do something. Y'all feeling me? So I don't be feeling no type of way. And so if somebody don't be with us forever, and so that's kind of the process we go through. I don't know the process, but I do know that Nick, as our COO, she operating officer, she goes through that whole process, and it's strenuous, and she don't miss.
How do you identify the difference between strong skills but moderate skills but strong character? Which would you choose and why?
I promise you, Elaine, you be coming with the best questions, sis. Good to see you. How do you identify? Y'all got that tiny font. Thank you. I'm about to say, bro, y'all know my wife tell me to get readers. Can y'all believe that? Y'all know Tracy be telling me to get readers. I'm like, well, I look like wearing readers. She's like, well, at least she can see. I'm gonna get LASIK though. Anyway, there we go. How do you identify the difference between someone who has strong skill but drains the team energy versus someone with moderate skill but strong character? Which would you choose and why? It depends. It depends how involved they are. Because Elaine, you can work with a contractor in a different city. They don't have to touch anybody else with your team, and they only work with you. And you can just that's it. This ain't somebody you would hang out with. This ain't somebody you would spend a bunch of time with. But they're isolated, but they're exceptional at their job. But their energy is kind of weird. As long as it don't affect you, you let them go over there and be great, and you just have minimal contact. That's the one you choose. But because context matters. If this is someone that's involved with your team and they're going to be around other people and could cause damage and lower morale and throw the frequency off, then they got to go. I would take somebody all day long with moderate skills, because moderate is like good. You're not great, you're not exceptional, but hey, you get the job done. But strong character, you got good energy, because these other things can be taught. Listen to me, you can't really teach energy like that. You can't really teach skill like that. You can't really teach spirit like that. You feel me? We dealing with grown folks, Elaine. So you got somebody that come on the scene, they 35, they 42, and they stuck in their ways, and their energy and spirit is off, but they really gifted, but they hard to work with, they stubborn. Let me tell you something. I got 2 kids, Jackson and Jewel. I ain't got time to babysit nobody else. I ain't trying to redirect nobody else's character. So I'm gonna take, for me personally, this might not be the best answer for somebody else. I'm gonna take moderate, good skill and high character, high energy. All if you can infect other people in my team, I'm gonna do that all day. Versus somebody that's really, really good at their job, but they're hard to work with and they could damage the morale. You gotta go. Because let me tell you, I'm gonna sprinkle some Holy Ghost on that moderate. You know what I'm saying? I serve a God, Elaine, that had a little bit of fish and bread and fed thousands of people, but you gotta have faith. And if you're not a person of faith, bye, bye, bye. That was a good transition. All right, let's go to the next one. Yeah, thank you for that question, Elaine. You always come with the best question. Tell my brother I said, what's up?
Wants to know, should I build a team when I'm just starting out but don't know what to do?
It's all you. Again, I didn't have a team until my first 2.5 years, and then it was my wife. And then it was Javen. And I promise you, Ebony didn't come on the scene until about 5 years in. So dude, no, especially if you don't know what you're doing, because you have to be able to teach other people. So you be okay to thug it out yourself. You got us. You got all the necessary resources right here. You got to go to Fiverr. You got to go to Upwork to do something. You get a recommendation for us. Don't you go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? To get the support that you need. And do not go and try to bring on more support or bring on more people if you're not ready for it and you still figuring, you don't know what to do. No, should I build a team when I'm just starting out? But nope, you should not. Simple answer, no. You figure out what you're doing, you build momentum, you start getting to where you're actually getting paid to speak and then getting paid to speak on a regular basis, and then you begin to hire people that can save you more time so that you can put your energy towards speaking and you can scale your business from there. So you probably a couple years from hiring somebody, Sinbad. Thank you for that question.
Joseph wants to know, outside of speaking in public, what should we post on social daily that's just us dropping a video that wasn't recording at a speaking opportunity?
Yeah, good question, Joseph. And I get this question often. And so, man, just open up the camera and talk to some people. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about my guy Jay Barnett. I was always polished. I had the websites, I had the brain and everything. And when I remember we did a few events together, my man didn't have nothing, but he was like, hey, I got a word. And he was speaking on men's wellness and speaking on men's health and speaking on mental health, especially like specifically for Black men. And he would just open up his phone and he'd be like, man, I had to talk this guy off the ledge the other day. Or like, man, I woke up yesterday depressed. Or man, it's been 1 year since I did my first suicide attempt. And man, I want to just let you Black men know, man, I see you and I value you. And man, bro, he just opened up his phone and guess what happened? Guess what happened? People start saying, that's deep. I'm about to share that. And he started getting 15 shares and hundreds of shares and thousands of shares. And his platform began to grow. And now he Dr. Jay Barnett. Now he been on podcasts. My man write books. God using him in a powerful way. But it just started with his powerful smartphone where he was just opening up that phone, making videos, pouring into his people. Nowadays, we got AI, we got CapCut, we got all the different InShot, all the stuff that can edit and add captions and B-roll. And then some of y'all gonna be like, man, I'm about to just open up my phone and just share my heart and do it on a consistent basis, whether that's every other day, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, winning Wednesdays and, you know what I'm saying, and whatever you come up with 2-3 times a week, once a day, but you just start creating that content on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? And people start knowing you as being someone that's motivational, someone that's inspirational, someone that's uplifting. You start building that know, like, and trust. People start really advocating for you and supporting you and sharing your stuff and growing with you and taking the journey, brother. Great question. I got time for a few more if we got it. Mm-hmm.
Said, I made a complete life change too. I stopped drinking and stopped doing drugs, got sober, opened my own personal friend studio. Now I want to tell my story. I just don't know how to get started.
So give it to me one more time, the second half. You said you begin to raise, you stopped drinking.
Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing drugs, got sober, opened his own personal friend studio. Now he wants to tell his story.
Now, what's a personal friend studio? I think he meant to say fitness. I think them muscles I see in that picture. Okay. I'm gonna take an educated guess here. My man looked pretty fit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, open my own personal friend studio. I'm pretty sure he meant to say fitness. And now I want to tell my story. I just know how to get started. I'll tell you this, bro. You in the right place. Tap in with us. First step, I tell people, not just trying to sell no program, like join the #1 community for communicators and professional speakers for one. Because I can give you a lot of game here. I will say go back and look at all the other next level talks I've done, you know, over the last, year and a half, and then see which ones is going to answer the specific question you might have. Subscribe to this channel. We got a bunch of podcast episodes, you know what I'm saying, and interviewing other speakers in the program. So, but I'm gonna answer your question super high level. For one, proud of you for stopping the drinking. Proud of you for stopping the drugs. You got sober. Open your own fitness studio. Now you want to tell my story. So the first thing is figure out who your audience is. I tell people all the time, bro, like figure out who your audience is. It's almost like if you're going to take a road trip, it's like, well, you don't just get in the car and just drive. You figure out what your destination is. Are you going to Florida? Are you going to the West Coast? Are you going up to New York and you're going to hit the Hamptons? Like, where are you going, bro? You know what I'm saying? And so once you figure out, okay, this is my destination, aka this is my audience. Now you begin to speak to that. You build out your story, you build out your message, you begin to create content, you begin to add value to that space. So what blew me up in the educational space that just flowed over into corporate, I just put all my focus on the educational space, bro. And I start adding value, speaking and curriculums, books for teachers, parents, students, video series, a weekly show. Like I just started adding all this value in that space. So figure out who your audience is, begin to create value, begin to build yourself over time as an authoritative figure in that space, and the opportunities will come from there. And then get with a program like ours or somebody else's that's going to give you the clear process and breakdown on how to build that sustainable business. Man, great question, my friend. 2 more and that's it. Let's go.
Noel wants to know, would you take a speaking opportunity for ministry in a foreign nation that requires you to fundraise money for it? I felt the high school told me to speak to orphans and had a person reach out to me, but they said I need to raise money to present. It's in Pakistan. I feel like it's an opportunity to share the gospel with orphans, which is what God was saying, but it's so out of left field for me.
So the HS is for Holy Spirit. It's okay. We're going to a high school soon. She said, I felt the high school tell me. I know that's right. Would you take so Noel, yes, I would. I would take a speaking opportunity for ministry in a foreign nation. The requiring you to raise money for it is very sketchy. It's a given scam. Let me tell you something, Noel. Nowadays, unfortunately, these scammers are very elaborate. They can build out in a day a website that looks like they've been booming in business and doing great work for years. And so I would do your due diligence to vet it. I would say go to Chat GPT, go to Claude and say, here's the website, but let them know I'm concerned that this is not an official nonprofit. I'm concerned it's a scam. Claude, what are the foolproof ways? Chat, what are the foolproof ways, to make sure I'm not being scammed? Maybe even send them a copy of the email. Maybe even send them the website. Send them the LinkedIn to that main person, right? Like do your research because I can understand if requires you to raise money for it. I understand you felt the Holy Spirit tell you to speak to orphans. I get that. And had a person reach out to you. Go to the next part of the question. But they said I need to raise money to present. I feel like it's an opportunity to share the gospel with orphans, which is what I feel like God was saying, but it's so out of left field for me. And so I'll say this. I can understand them saying that they want you to raise money. In a sense, let me help you understand. So people all the time come to me and say, Jeremy, the work you're doing in South Africa, I want to come and be a part of it. And my first thought is like, man, that's really awesome. Thank you. But then when I think, by the time you pay $1,200 for your flight, by the time you pay, $800 for your stay, by the time you pay $200, like you done spend $2,500, $3,000. I'm like, do you know how many just to be here to help feed? And I'm like, we don't really have a shortage of volunteers. I got a whole massive team there in Cape Town. And then the kids we sponsor in college volunteer. So we don't have a shortage in people volunteering. So what I tell people in our community, it's like, I love that, 20 people want to go to Cape Town and help us feed, which we'll do. But I'm like, them 20 people paying $3,000, that's $60,000. that could take care of 2 communities for a whole year. You follow me? So there is that aspect of needing to raise funds. But for them to say, in order for you to present, you have to raise money. I don't know. I'm not qualified to speak on it. I haven't done any research. I don't know the name of it. I would just say make it a matter of prayer, but we also have resources. There are also websites that can vet nonprofits. There are nonprofit scores that you can have. Some haven't registered, so don't let that be a super alarming. Because I don't know if we've even registered ours, but there are some nonprofits that there are sites you can go to and you can put a nonprofit and they'll give you a score from their transparency and how long they've been in business. And so that's what I would say do. So I would say use whatever AI agent, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT that you use, put all of the information in there, and just see. See if they're a qualified business, look them up on social media, look them up on YouTube, see if they have reviews out, see if they're on LinkedIn, like really do your research. All right, great question. Thank you. Let's go to the last one.
Regina says, not sure if this is the right platform, but can I ask for prayer? I'm headed to the 1% conference and my anxiety with flying is messing with me and I do not want fear to win.
This is definitely Regina, have you flown before? Can you tell me real quick in the chat? I don't want to respond without it is Regina. Can you tell me in the chat, have you flown before? I'm trying to understand the anxiety. Did something happen in Chicago? Are there traumas? So help me understand the anxiety that you're dealing with. Is it because like the TSA workers wasn't working for a while and the lines was real long? I'm just trying to understand the source of the anxiety because you have flown before. Or is it something that you always have anxiety? I feel like it's something else that I'm missing. Yep, come on, talk to me. No, my connection with the war, a former soldier. Okay. So flying always makes you nervous. So you have flown before, but jumping on the airplane because of your time in the military, that's what makes you nervous. Just let me know if that's the case. Former soldier, thank you for your service. I served too in the army of the Lord. Sure did. My connection with the war. So let me know. I just want to make sure. Yes, been overseas and war. So Regina, put the original question back up. I'm about to pray for you. And I am in no way trying to minimize this. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what you already know. People flying all the time. Every day there are thousands of planes. Guess what? Guess what, girlfriend? It's way more safer to fly on the airplane than it is to drive in the car. I found out in Metro Atlanta, there are more than 300 car accidents that happen every day. Y'all want to know why I'm teaching my daughter how to drive now? And she only 13. She'll be 14 this year. Over 300 car accidents that happen daily around Atlanta metro area. Tens of thousands of car accidents happen daily around America. And we hear of a plane going down maybe once a year. I would not let that overtake you. I don't know if you take CBD, you better find you some CBD sparkling water. You better put some worship music on and you better jump on that plane. You better get to that 1% conference. You better hear me speak. Well, I'm speaking for the men's portion, so I don't know if you're going to be in on that. But Regina, you're going to be good. And I'm going to pray for you now for your safe travels. I'm going to pray for the success in the conference. But you're gonna be good, Melita. I mean, you're gonna be good. I see Melita's comment. You funny. But you're gonna be good, Regina. You're gonna be just fine. I don't want you to worry about that at all. And you don't put a whole lot of focus on it. And you do what you got to do to put yourself in the environment so that you can grow, you can thrive, and you can be everything that God has called you to be. You hear me? The 1%ers do what they got to do to go to the next level. And that's the energy I want you to have. Man, thank y'all for hanging out with me today, man. Thank y'all for the questions. Regina, I'm about to pray for you right now. I'm looking at my calendar, y'all. And I am not gonna be with you next week. What happened? Yeah, no. It's a slim chance. But I'll let y'all know if not. Man. But thank y'all for tapping in with me today, man. I'm gonna pray. We'll close us out. And then I want y'all to, if y'all have not gotten your tickets for the conference, I don't know what you're doing. That's what you should have anxiety about, Regina, is going to 1%, but then missing the Next Level Speakers Conference. You better do both of them. I want y'all to put both of them in the chat. If y'all know our conference, June 5th through 7th, finna be crazy. I want y'all to put both of them. Somebody gonna spell it BOFFUM too. I feel it. I knew it. Both of them in the chat. But no, the 1% conference gonna be great. I can't wait to be there. I fly out. I speak 3 times here this week. I speak in DC Wednesday, and then I'll be in Chicago for the 1% conference on Friday. And man, for those of y'all going there, I hope y'all gonna be at both of them, man. Let's pray. God, I'm so grateful for this day. So grateful for our Next Level Talks community. And man, Lord, I pray that as they're leading themselves, as they're growing in character, as they're growing in wisdom, as they're growing in heart, Lord, as they're growing in their minds, God, I pray that as you can trust them to execute the plan you have given them at a high level, Lord, may you find them trustworthy to have a team, but not just a team, Lord. I pray that you bless them with individuals that have the skills and the talent and the heart and the spirit, Lord. And I pray that if they might be lacking with talent and spirit, will they make up for it with the spirit and the energy, God. Bless them with the right team. Help them to be wise with their choices and the decisions, Lord. Give them the mental bandwidth and capacity to do what they got to do, to leverage AI, to have the right systems in place. And when the time is right, send the right people, give them the resources that they need to scale the work that you have called them to do, and bless them at the highest level there, Lord. We pray for our sister Regina. We pray, Lord, that when she gets to that, as she's packing her bags, may she have a song in her heart. As she's heading to the airport, Lord, may she be encouraged. May she be worshiping. As she's going through the security checkpoint, may she be at peace when that plane takes off, Lord. And we ain't got no faith in them pilots like that. Our faith, God, is in you. I can't tell you how, Lord, them pilots be operating them planes and getting them big old planes up in the air and landing safely, going through turbulence, Lord. I put my faith in you. May she put her faith in you. May you reduce the anxiety, give her safe travels. May these be an absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing experience. God, so we pray for the 1% conference. You know who's supposed to be there. May they make their last moves this week to get those tickets and show up in Chicago. And you bless this event, God. Bless the 1% conference. In the name of Jesus, Lord, you know the vision that you gave me, God, and the team. Bless the women's conference. Bless the men's conference. May it exceed everybody's expectation. And I can't wait to see, Lord, what you do through us 6 weeks later, right here in Atlanta for our next speakers. We love you. We thank you. Continue to bless us throughout the day. Give us a powerful Monday and a blessed week full of favor and clarity. In Jesus' name, right? Amen. My people, love y'all, man. I'll see y'all real soon. Peace.
The Next Level Speakers Academy helped me form a successful speaking business.
They've helped me with my marketing and branding.
This year, we are going to pass $500,000 in gross revenue.
Jeremy has put me on stages that I never thought that I would be on.
So the community element is next level.
I got my first $12,000 speaking engagement.
I made over $100,000.
One gig, $18,000. $75,000.
I cannot recommend Next Level Speakers Academy enough.
That was just a glimpse of the life-changing work that we're doing here at the Next Level Speakers Academy. And over the next 2 minutes, you're gonna see exactly how our program and community can be a game changer for your speaking business. Years ago, myself and ET, Dr. Eric Thomas, came together because we knew that our calling in life was more than just being phenomenal speakers. It is to train, equip, support, and mentor the next generation of professional speakers.
So imagine you getting what Eric Thomas learned in 30 years. You're getting that in 6 months. You're getting the education, you're getting the platform, and you're getting an opportunity to meet with decision makers.
What a lot of the individuals will receive is information and knowledge that can help them not make some of the same mistakes or have some of the same encounters that weren't as fortunate as we had.
Now, one way that we're gonna take your speaking career to a whole nother level is through our online platform. We've got 4 different courses in one location, all set up to put you in the best position, from the marketing, the branding, the storytelling, how to find speaking engagements, everything you need to be successful and dominate in this space. And you have lifetime access to the courses and content.
In the past 3 months, I've had 25 plus speaking engagements. Next Level is who they say they are.
You need to join the #1 winning team in the world when it comes to speaking. The community has been a blessing, and after 15 years of active duty service, I know what a good community looks like when I see one, and this is it.
Now, in addition to the online course, we also have our Next Level Speakers community, and we've got chapters all across the country and internationally. Now, this is important because your proximity equals your velocity. And the people that you're connected with has the power to take your speaking career farther and faster.
I hold this community so near and dear to my heart. At one point, I didn't even want to tell people about it. I was afraid the more people knew, the less success there would be available to me. But God is abundant. The more people that join this community, we only get stronger.
In addition to the online course and community, some of you might even upgrade to spending a mastermind weekend with us. That's where me and ET puts you on stage. Our team captures the footage. We coach you and train you up live in person, and that material is sure to be a game changer for your business.
I knew I stumbled across something different when the coaches were the people that were actively doing this as their career and making a lot of money and being successful actually speaking. They get you on stage, they give you the materials, they create your brand. So you're so legit and you have your best foot forward as you're trying to build your career. They're a bunch of dream makers.
I know I was supposed to be here, and I was so honored.
I bawled when she cried when she was up on the stage earlier trying to video her on 2 phones, but you guys gave her that voice and have helped her step out. She wouldn't have done this without you guys, so thank you.
It's probably one of the realest programs you're gonna ever get into. I've been in other programs. Man, you giving us a chance to practice what God gave us on stage? Yo, man, he said it right. It's priceless.
What sets us apart from other speakers, programs, or communities, it's not just the success that our students are getting financially from speaking in their business, but it's because we take a holistic approach. We don't want to just build up great speakers. We want to build up great people. And every year at our annual conference, there are individuals that decide to grow in business and decide to grow spiritually. That is something we're really proud of. If you're ready to really take your speaking career to the next level and your life to the next level and truly live a life of purpose, join today.
When I say next, you say level. Level. Next level.
Absolutely incredible, man.
I was looking for a place just like this.
I come from corporate, and I will tell you, this is what I'm looking for.
The atmosphere is just, I can't even put in the words.
Later, if you're ready, light it up. World changers. We came up out the pain, now we dangerous. Next level in the room, yeah, we famous. We don't wait for the way we create. World changers. Turn the breakdown into breakthrough flames. Turn the set back to the set we claim. We don't wait for the way.
The motivation to do this, and it's all because I came here.
The expertise is phenomenal.
If you ain't here, you need to be.